Good morning, everybody. Let's fire up the GP7 and switch Wearever and Union Spring. I know I've sort of said in a couple videos ago, my JMRI, there's a couple of car spots that just haven't been getting cars switched there. And one of them was Wearever Spot 3, which was the plastic silos. And the other one was General Chemical Spot 2, which is a covered hopper. Well, my friend Fran was down last weekend, and he knows a little bit more in JMRI than I do. So we were looking at it and trying to figure out what was going on. Made a couple changes, but nothing we could really see anything. Well, lo and behold, the next train I built, both those cars are getting, or spots are getting switched. So we have 3 to drop off at Wearever and 2 to pick up. So what you're going to see here is when I thought I had my finger on the decrease the speed button, and actually I had it on the bell button. So I didn't mean to couple up to both these cars kind of rudely. The engine performed perfect. No stalls, hesitation, sound blips. All did great. If you remember some of my older videos, I just had like a short hopper that I used for the plastic pellets. I wasn't sure when these big plastic pellet hoppers came into use. Did some research, and they were around in my time period. They started in the late 60s pretty much. So I went out and bought 2 or 3 of them to use for Wearever specifically. But what I found out was that I had not left enough space at the tail end of the track to accommodate the hopper and still have the boxcar door in spot 2 line up with the door. So after this video, I moved the stop, or the bumper at the end of the spur back a little bit, so it all fits okay now. You won't be able to see it from this view, but the boxcar door is not lining up. Shouldn't have that problem again. right about now is when I realized it. Said to pull forward a few feet to spot the boxcar at door 1. Bump the fascia. You see my Jeep Cherokee down there on the highway. I didn't talk about that one in the last video because you'd already seen it. That's the one you actually saw me build. So now we're going to pick up the 2 boxcars that we just pulled from Wearever. Going to back them down and couple onto the gondola that needs to go to Union Spring. Then we'll pull the whole train forward a little bit and uncouple behind the gondola and run through the crossover. After this, I'm going to change up the camera angle a little bit. I've never done this angle before, but looks pretty good for switching Union Spring anyhow. Again, Union Spring gets, they make springs for railroad cars, and they get long steel rods. And, actually, they are thinner than what I have modeled. Basically, those are the smallest rods that I could find. I think they're evergreen or somebody. But yeah, if I modeled them in N scale, they would be really, really tiny. are still in business, but they don't use this unloading bay anymore. They just get the steel infrequently. They're on bulkhead flat cars, and they unload outside the building with a big fork truck, and just actually they keep them outside now till they need them. So I'm going to drop the empty here. We'll pull forward and then push the gondola into the unloading bay. There is a grade crossing there. It's a private grade crossing. So if there's people working around outside, I'll blow for it, but not really required to. Because it's almost impossible to see to uncouple when it gets behind the building, I usually just stop right here. I've started doing that, and I'll uncouple, and then I'll just take the uncoupling tool and push it on into the building. Still hard to see here. I'm sort of on my tiptoes. Now we'll just leave these two boxcars with the gondola, where they don't get in our way later on. And we'll pick them up at the end of the session, which I'll probably, I don't know if it'll be in part 2 or part 3. Okay, we're just going to pull forward and park at the yard office, go and enjoy some AC for a few minutes, and we'll pick this up in part 2. Hope everybody enjoyed this. Enjoy your Sunday, and everybody please stay safe.